guys so much for allowing Mike and I to get on a little tangent about country music and just classical, not classical, but classic music, the 80s, the 90s,
I'm
and
looking
the
at the
70s.
Humpty Dance lyrics.
Do the hump, the hump.
Look at never stop me for getting busy.
Okay, anyways, that's not what we're talking about today. We are rounding out our conversations about leads for the Medicare Cafe. For the last few weeks, we've been talking about working leads, age leads, telephonic leads, all different types of leads. And this is something that we're seeing a ton of conversation about recently, and it is free leads. Everybody's running and going to their FMO, and I understand that. Right now, 2020 was a huge year for a lot of individuals. More people retired than ever. They got out of the workforce. A lot of people decided to join Medicare plans versus the retirement plans that they were on. So 2020 was a huge opportunity, and yeah, we did see a lot of burnout on leads. People bought a ton of telephonic leads and a ton of mailers.
Did we see a lot of, and I just thought of this, did we see a lot of new agents enter the market because of people losing their jobs and living the dream of your own boss? Was there a big influx of new agents?
Tons. There was a huge influx of brand new agents. A lot of them are actually didn't make it very long. We're kind of seeing the fallout of that now. Excuse me. We're kind of seeing the fallout of agents who aren't making quite the living that they wanted to after losing their jobs or retiring during COVID-19. What that is causing, though, again, is a ton of people looking for leads, lead generation, lead acquisition, things like that. You're also right now seeing a ton of business acquisition. People who are trying to sell their business because they don't like the new way that a business is being done in 2021. So they're trying to get out of the market and sell their business. That's a thing for another time. If you're wanting to buy an agency, this is the perfect time to do it. There's a lot of people selling agencies
I'm
right
a
now.
Sidebar quick. I say it's one of my favorite.
Yeah,
that's one of my favorite moments in Shark Tank when I watch that. It's like, what do you think your business is worth? And like $80 billion. It's like, you have 3 sales of $92. It's like, yeah, but the potential's there. Yes. So yeah, but it's like, no, it's not. I love when people evaluate their own business and come up with these crazy numbers.
There's a lot of emotion, a lot of emotional value.
Yeah.
But
that doesn't pay the mortgage.
No. What we're talking about today is what a lot of FMOs and a lot of organizations and agencies are advertising, and that is free leads.
Yes.
Join our agency. Become a captive agent. Join this FMO. We'll give you dollar bills. Just kidding. No money. We're going to give you quote unquote free leads, which is pretty problematic.
Yes, 100% problematic.
Is it 100%?
100% problematic. Now this slide, which is 92%, because here's a temptation on free leads: zero marketing costs. Because while everyone's starting their own business, I think people have the illusion that becoming insurance agents a very, very low cost entryway into self-employment.
To be fair, it is the cheapest way to become your own boss. You pay like $200 for study materials and a test, and you're an agent.
Yeah, but then they don't realize that there's all these marketing costs and other costs, and the cost of doing business is never factored in. So they don't have the money to buy leads. So zero marketing costs, free leads. You mean they're just people lined up to buy insurance and no one's talking to them? I can talk to them and sell them all kinds of insurance.
Well, 10,000 people a day turn 65. That's 10,000 new leads for me every day.
Yes, exactly. People are waiting to talk to you. It's unicorns, it's rainbows, everything's beautiful, says the person that's trying to get you to sign the dotted line. And that's where the problem comes in. Because if you looked at the actual cost of free leads, there is no free lunch, because you're going to have reduced commissions. You're going to reduce the quality of your leads. You're going to waste your time with people that aren't really interested, and you're going to become very unmotivated in this field. And that's where we see this huge drop off of people, because like, you told me all these leads were free and they were going to buy insurance from me, and I talked to 40 people and I sold one policy, and it was a dental vision hearing plan.
Well, the failure rate in our industry has been quoted at being 92%. 92% of agents who enter into this end up failing, and it's 100% because of lack of marketing or lack of educational marketing, lack of know-how. Like you mentioned, a lot of people just assume that, well, I know I'm a needed service. I mean, it is. People need our services. So if I'm needed, why would I spend money trying to convince people to use me? Well, it's because the job market, it's pretty intense out there. There are a lot of people that do what we do. But even more important, there's a lot of convenient-based enrollments. You have Joe Namath on the internet machine and on commercials and the 1-800 number. You have call centers that are knocking at the door. You have so many of these things going on. It is really tempting to go towards these leads. Now, what do we consider a lead?
Now you consider a lead just a name and just basically someone to contact.
A name and a reason to contact them.
Yeah, and that's pretty much a lead. Now I have on there, what do they want? And here's the thing: when someone is offering you free leads, they want you to sign the dotted line. And a lot of times free leads are just, hey, we're gonna give you a bunch of names. We hope you get a sale. Then we also hope you bottom out. So you just leave the industry and we get all the residual income from those sales.
Exactly.
Because you've assigned all your commissions to us. So we get it all, and you're gonna say this insurance thing was horrible, it was a scam, you hated it, you went back to the workforce, and now we just got an extra handful of $1,000s off of your time and effort.
Now I do believe, especially if you're utilizing like an FMO or you're utilizing, just be careful about what they're advertising. Because a lot of times they're going to advertise like app bonuses. They're going to advertise, send in this many apps, you get this many leads in return. Pay attention to what FMOs are advertising versus what the carrier does. Because unfortunately what ends up happening is that these carriers like Lumico, like Mutual of Omaha, like Manhattan Life, they run these really incredible programs to where you submit 3 apps and you start to get like $250 extra per application. Those are things that the carriers are running. Those are promotions of the carriers. A lot of FMOs will actually take the wording and saying, we're doing this, and it's not them at all, but they end up getting transfers, they end up getting people to come work with them, and then they get absolutely zero support once that transfer is made because the person transferred on the basis of more money.
100%. So I mean,
is it 100%?
Yes, I keep on saying 100%, don't I? That's my new catchphrase, 100%.
Brian says he's taking a drink every single time you say 100%.
I 100% support that decision, but I want to show you the actual cost of free leads. So these are made up numbers. Well, the street level commission, let's just say it's 25. Let me back up. That was 20%. Let's do 100%.
Okay.
Keep drinking. ABC subcarrier, let's say their street level commission for the med subs 25%. Average premium you sells will be 150. So 150 times 25%, you're gonna make $37.50 per month. Times 12 is $450, right? Very, very simple. So that is if you go to the carrier or go through an FMO that says, hey, yeah, we do street level, here you go. The other side of the coin, the free lead side, is this. Let's say they say, we're going to give you free leads, but we're going to charge you or only give you 19%. We're going to take 6 points. And a lot of times they don't tell you what street level is. They just say it's 19%. You have no idea it's 25% or whatever it is here. It's 19%. You're like, okay, cool. Sign dotted line. Premium still 150. Now you're only making 342 annually on that.
And again, you can invest the money that you would receive by not getting those free leads in marketing that actually works.
Right.
And marketing that does both building your business, building your brand recognition, and getting you new clients.
Yeah, because that free lead costs you $108. So that $108 could go towards, like Olivia said, additional marketing costs. And yes, $108 might be the equivalent of the lead generation on your own. But the problem is, regardless of how that lead was originated, you're paying $108. So let's say you get a referral from one of your clients. They didn't give you a free lead. So in my mind, you should get 100% commission because they didn't cost you anything, or the carrier, or not the carrier, the FMO didn't cost anything to get that referral. So you should get full commission, but you don't. You're always paying $108 regardless of origination. So yes, like Brian said, you can go to Waffle House like 6 times on $108. That's a lot of waffles.
So the idea here is, again, a lot of FMOs understand that the market right now is hungry. They're hungry for the leads. People are in the client acquisition mode right now. They always seem to be that way, especially at the beginning of the year. End of the year turns into more retention and AEP, but the beginning of the year, it's very heavy on the marketing. Organizations, agencies, and things like that will take advantage of that. Now, what we're not saying is that there are some agencies, if you're going to become a captive agent or work for an agency, if all they're doing is providing free leads, that may not be the agency you want to go to. You want to look at multiple things like their support. Do they have support staff? Do they have marketing? Do they have a brand name that you can attach your horse to? What do they have that, other than just the leads, to make sure that you can help grow your business there? Same thing goes when you're looking for an FMO. If you're choosing your FMO on contract levels or leads, solely, then you're really missing out on what an FMO should be doing. Now, an FMO should help support their agents. I do believe in co-op programs, having things where there's joint, where an FMO is willing to invest money into lead programs for their client or for their agents. But
Yes.
you have to understand that relationship has to go both ways. An agent needs to invest in their FMO just like the FMO needs to invest in the agent. So making sure that when you're shopping for FMOs or for partners, looking for somebody who offers free leads is actually going to hurt your business in the long run.
Exactly. And the other side of this is I've never met an agent that has made a career with free leads. No agent ever said, yeah, I got free leads, and that's all I do now. Because we always talk about three-prong marketing approach. This is half a prong, in my opinion. If that is like a quarter of a prong. If the only time I've seen successful agents take free leads is if it's with an arbitrary carrier with an FMO they don't know, that's like, I can gamble this contract, and if I lose it, it's no big deal, but I'll take the free leads if you're gonna dish them my way. If it's a major contract, United Healthcare, Mutual of Omaha, some other, Aetna, some big carrier that you know is going to be part of your core portfolio, don't sign it up with free leads for that reduced commission, because if they don't release you, you could spend the next 3 years with reduced commissions costing you thousands upon thousands of dollars in lost income. Now, good question. What is a co-op program, Olivia?
So co-op program, also known as cost sharing program. Senior marketing specialist, who is our mom and dad at Medicare Cafe, excuse me, senior marketing specialist does offer a co-op or a cost sharing program. What that is that they've offered 50 to 75% of the cost of that lead.
Yes.
So the agent is responsible, depending on if there's a amount the agent has to produce first. So for senior marketing specialist, you have to write 10 apps in a month. And then the next month, they'll co-op up to 50% of a lead drop with you for that next month. So co-op means that the FMO or your agency is investing a certain dollar amount into your leads. I'm going to go cough over here.
Okay. Yeah, Olivia's allergies are obviously on full tilt today. But yeah, if you're interested in having some co-op options with senior marketing specialists, give us a call or message us or somehow get a hold of us, and we can show you what that looks like. But I have always said that if you're going to partner with an FMO, you're going to partner. It's not just I run my contracts through them.
Sure.
If they're going to make money off me, I'm going to use that to its fullest potential. I want to know exactly what you're giving me, what opportunities there are, so I can maximize the partnership I have with the FMO.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Mid-Missouri tree pollen is at an all-time high. And guess what my #1 allergy is?
Mike.
It is Mike / tree pollen.
Yes, I luckily popped some pills before I came here today. I have some in the car if you need. So what do you think? Is it worth it? Again, I've seen some agents take it just as a gamble, as a trial, but I would never do this with a core contract.
Yeah.
So you could, you should definitely be sourcing your own leads. You work for full commission and you're not locked in that contract. So keep those things in mind. Always read the dotted line before you sign and see what the heck's going on. I've seen one contract in the past 15 plus years that said, if you bring your own business, we'll pay you full commission. And they quickly got rid of it because it's too hard to track.
Oh, that would be a nightmare.
It was. And they had someone tracking the office and that person left and they were like, we can't track it anymore because you gave me, you never gave me this lead, but then realized we gave it to you 6 months ago and you worked there for 6 months. So we get to, you get to reduce commission. It was a nightmare. So I very, 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 very rarely see those because, again, accounting nightmare. So if you have questions about this, maybe it's a carrier that's local in your area or we don't have a senior marketing specialist, you can still call us about it and we'll give you our 2 cents whether or not it's going to be a good or bad fit for you.
Yeah. But I think, again, just talking about, you have to make sure that you aren't investing all of your eggs into one basket. Now, these are the carriers or the vendors that we use at Senior Marketing Specialists. We recommend Prospect Boss, which is the dialer system, Lead Concepts, which is mailers, Lead Heroes, which is telephonic, Secure Agent Leads, which is internet, and we have a couple more on there as well. But those are the ones that we typically recommend. These are also, minus Prospect ones, the ones that we're partnered with for our co-op or cost sharing program at Senior Marketing Specialist. Again, that cost sharing program is through Senior Marketing Specialist is if you write 10 apps, doesn't matter what kind of app, MedSup, Medicare Advantage, or ancillary products, you write 10 apps and we'll do I believe it's a 50% cost share with your lead drop for one of these lead vendors.
Yeah, and that's, you know what, you're going to be rewarded for producing.
Mhm.
Very rarely are people rewarded for not doing anything.
Mhm.
So get out there, write some business, do some prospecting, and the more you produce, the more rewards you're going to see, just like anything else.
Yeah.
You know, very rarely are the bottom 10% rewarded. They're typically either pushed out or pushed up.
It's not what baby boomers say about millennials.
Yes. But what?
Baby boomers say that millennials, or everybody says that millennials were the trophy generation. We got participation ribbons.
Yeah, I'm not a millennial, so I'm okay with that.
I am.
Uh-huh.
It's the Gen Zers, the Tide Pod generation. That's
The
who you should be
Tide Pod
after.
generation,
They're
yes.
the ones that ate the Tide Pods, not millennials. Those are Gen Zers.
But if you're interested in improving and like, how do I write 10 apps? I'm struggling to write a handful. You can come to National Senior Sales Summit and learn how to do that. There you go. How's that segue? Huh?
Yeah, I'm really excited about the National Senior Sales Summit this year. Medicare Cafe will be there as always. But if you buy the $49 ticket, then you actually get to see a live, as in like an interactive presentation that myself and Mike will be doing. So join. Boop. You can touch.
I'm just gonna say this: $49 should be just it shouldn't even be a thought. It should be, yep, $49 is well worth it. A decent book is $20 on Amazon. So for the cost, you're getting much more than 2 books worth of data here. You're getting all kinds of relevant information, because a lot of the books we buy in sales are sales in general.
Right.
This is very focused on your career, very focused on getting you to excel. $49 should just be a yes. Where do I send my money?
And Michael, yes, they are going to be recorded and for ticket holders, recorded and available after the event, but only for ticket holders.
Yes. And we're gonna have lots of stuff. And the first 200 people that register, there's still a couple slots left. They get a goodie bag.
Yeah, they get a nice little swag bag that you'll get in the mail from us ahead of time, so that you'll have some stuff to kind of play around with during the event. If you're interested in signing up,
framed picture of Olivia hacking up a lung.
Yeah,
so
autographed with my phlegm.
Yes.
So if you are interested, go to nationalseniorsalessummit.com and you can get your tickets there.
Yes, definitely check it out. We hope to see you all there. And again, if you can't make it, you could still get recordings.
You're not my friend anymore.
Yes,
just kidding,
you can still watch recordings, and obviously people that come to that will love you all the same. Yeah. 8x10 glossy and Mike. Yes. Coming at you. And someone did say earlier, this is kind of the tail end, make sure you like us on Medicare Cafe Facebook, because we go live Fridays at 9, and we're going to talk about attending conferences. Like if you're like, I'm not sure if I should attend the National Senior Sales Summit, we're going to talk about why you should and maybe why you shouldn't. And there's really no reason, so insider, but we're talking about how to make the most out of these virtual conferences. But I did see someone was a bodyguard for Johnny Cash.
That's impressive. I would love to hear some stories about what it would be like to be a bodyguard for Johnny Cash.
Email us a good story. We want to hear that.
My knowledge of Johnny Cash, other than the fact like his music, but like his life story, is just from Walk the Line.
Yeah, that's all. I
don't know.
Most people just know it from Joaquin Phoenix.
And
which is Crash Stampede released a album on him singing Johnny Cash songs. It sounds just like Johnny Cash. It's like, why don't I just get Johnny Cash?
Well, he released the album because it was him and like Reese Witherspoon singing together.
I know, but why would I buy the imitation?
Unpopular opinion, Reese Witherspoon was a better singer than June Carter.
Oh.
Yeah, June Carter was
I'll be alone for the rest of the
cafe
cafe sessions from here to eternity, because obviously you're just spewing venom and that stings. Yes. Anyway, any questions about the National Senior Sales Summit, or again about leads? If maybe you have a unique lead source, don't forget to check out your local partners. I know we hammer this and beat this up, but your local partners, your CPAs, your pharmacists, your estate planning attorneys, your other insurance agents, if you're struggling, there's a good chance they're struggling.
Sure.
And you could both raise up together by doing some joint marketing. So check that out. Your nonprofits, your local resources, you should be tapping into all those, because everyone's trying to come out of the COVID scenario together. The more people you have pushing forward, the more force you're going to have, the easier it's going to be. So make sure you're partnering up with all those people in the field.
Yeah.